So Melody pours into her own children. She don't need nobody else to pour into her kids, especially if you're not qualified. Grandma pours into her children. She have a whole her own tribe that helps her pours into her children. She don't need you to pour into her children. Pour. You don't know how to pour into your own family, not less line on TV talking about some you pour into these children behind the scene. But let me tell you this, you guys, take a look at how happy this man was with this family inside her home, right? Besides being a businesswoman, right? She comes home and play with her kids, and they just have a lovely time. The environment that she sets for her children in her home is full of love and joy. And Hotel know that he experienced that as well. I'm going to show you guys just how happy Hotel was with her in his home life, right? So when he goes over to the ex, to that whining child. Child whining all day, all night. Child tearing up stuff. He can't come back to that lovely home that she provided for him. And he misses that. When he over there with that paramour now, y'all know he's that paramour over there fighting everybody, bullying everybody. It's just chaos. The paramour, his son, is just like him, an agent of chaos, just like she said. But anyway, let's just see how blessed this home is with Melody and her children. So what a happy family. What a happy family, you guys. Yes, she don't need nobody to pour into her family. She pours into her family her own self, right? Yes, she do. Let's see what Melody says right here. I don't know why this is not talking, right? So, how did he mess up? How did this man mess up, you guys? He messed up this lovely family. Now he goes to tell his paramour how bad his relationship was at home with, so that he was not happy at home. But yeah, he was happy at home, right? He was happy at home with his wife and his family because she provided that safe place for him, this peacefulness. She provided that place from the ghetto and the hood for him, right? Yeah. He misses all of that because when he goes home to his paramour, when he's over there with his paramour, that little boy is tearing up the house. It's no peace in that house over there with the paramour. But this is where all the peace is at, all the love and the joy and the money. Yes. So, y'all remember? Y'all remember during the breakup? He sat down at that table and she was gonna give him 15% of Embrace Beauty products. He, Arian, meanwhile, was boasting during the meeting. She somewhere boasting. Yeah, I told him to go in there and talk to her and just dissolve everything. And he did. Well, the jokes was on him and the jokes was on Arian because they lifestyle changed, right? Melody lifestyle. Oh, she was able to put her lifestyle back to where she had it when she met him and during the marriage with the hoax business, right? But he is not unable to get off the ground, says Ari. He can't get off the ground. She does A, B, C, D, and F, but he still can't get off the ground, not even with the Inez wine. So I'm thinking, why are you waiting on him to get off the ground? Can't you do it? Can't you get yourself off the ground since you're supposed to be that girl? Well, anyway, he's having a great time and he misses it too. Yes, that is the worstest decision that he made in his life was not to accept that 15%. Now he has to look up over there on TikTok everywhere where 7th Avenue is booming and banging, right? He thought he had did something smart. He thought he had ate. And then he thought he was going to be able to take his paramour and have her go out and embrace that product. Yeah, he thought she was smart enough to do that, you guys. But neither one of them is smart enough to even do anything successful. Karma has hit. But anyway, yeah, he was happy at home. Yes, he was. So one of the things that we do know about Martel is that he has a weird way of showing you that he loves you. He sits up and told all the boys they was outside talking, right? That he'll be lying if he didn't say that he did not love her anymore. That he still loves Melody, yeah. He said that he tried to play it off, but deep down inside, he really loves her. I don't know if he really know what love is because you can't bully nobody to come back to you. So I wonder if is he going to use this therapy as part of when he go to court. Yeah, Martel. I bet you this is what he going to use for when he go to court, his therapy session. But she talks about inner strength going inside. So let's just listen at him talk about his inner strength.
We've been talking a lot about inner substance versus the exterior.
Yeah.
Surface level, digging deeper. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I've always said I'm mentally strong because it's like I can stop something in a minute, you know. But it's just certain things. It's a certain thing that it's been difficult for me to stop, you know. God has revealed people for who they are, their intentions and things like that. But people call them red flags, and sometimes I ignore them or I sweep it under the rug and I keep it in my life, and that becomes a circle, and I think that's damaging to me. It's even damaging to them too, instead of me just, like you said, just cutting it off. And sometimes
so is he really digging deep? Seems like he's talking about a third party. Is he talking about he having a hard time cutting it off with coleslaw? She wanted him to dig deep for himself. I wanted him to talk about how he feels. Okay, but I'm getting these emotions from him as if he's talking about a third party. He having a hard time to cut something off.
I don't know how to cut stuff off.
And I get it. It's always difficult to sometimes let go of things that feel like we get some type of satisfaction out of them.
100%.
But you not being willing to let those things go and really focus on your development. I think it's the same thing you do with the children. You use the children to not really focus on your development. And none of these relationships are really getting the best of you.
Yeah, okay. Mentally, I have to become a lot stronger to let things go that I know is not good for me when it comes to people.
What else, Steve?
Yo, I was over there watching Wanda, and this was Wanda. Maybe she was trying to give some advice to Hotel of a woman that's mentally strong. Said a woman that's mentally strong is a woman that has power, but he do use his children as we're gonna say scapegoat. But he uses his children a lot. Say for instance, when Mr. Fletcher told him, you got to get out, man. He was squatting at Mr. Fletcher's house. He was over past due. Mr. Fletcher done bent over backwards till I think Mr. Fletcher lost those clients because Martel wouldn't get out the house. And what did he do? He used his children. He said, you're going to put me and my kids out on the street. And when he said that would soften the blow with Mr. Fletcher. Well, Mr. Fletcher don't want to put the children out on the streets, but he done said it so many times. He done gave him so many breaks till at this point he can no longer listen to that. You got to be out, bro. You just got to be out.
Need to work on.
Honestly, I think that's it.
See how she look? She's a very beautiful lady. See how she look? He said, honestly, I think that's it. What did he explain, y'all? I didn't hear him explain anything about what he had to work on.
Why you look like that? I'm so sorry. Well, as I talk to you, you tell me where I'm damaged at and what I need to work on, because I just know that has been that's been major for me right there. Being able to cut people off when I know that they're not a benefit in my life, or when I know when they don't belong in my life. Things like that. Yeah.
You need a vision. Without a vision, people perish.
Yeah, I've heard that.
it's really, the practice of mindfulness. Have you ever said, I'm just going to pray for a second?
I need to pray more, and I need to get it more to depth of praying as well. So, yeah.
And it's easier when you set the atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm with you.
To do it.
Okay, cool.
So she's a very beautiful lady. I think that's the only reason Martel agreed. Because she's pretty and she's good to look at, but he doesn't feel like he don't need anything to work on. My God, these children are in trouble. They got a daddy that's just out of pocket mentally, and he can't find anything wrong with himself. We all got something wrong with us. Y'all know the hardest part for me to do is face myself. Yeah, I call it my bitch section. I'm talking about to myself. I have to go and look in the mirror at myself. I do. Sometimes I prolong it, but then I have to go face it. And when I go face myself, whoa, that's hard. Facing yourself, your inner being, stuff that you know that you done did, that you know you need to apologize for, just stuff in general where you need to change out your life. There's so much that I have to ask myself to forgive myself. I had to learn how to forgive myself. We forgive everybody. But how often do we forgive ourselves? Say, for instance, I think y'all don't know this, but I did talk to Kiki. One day we were in a store, right? And it was coming up graduation time for the boys, and had my little nephew with me. She recognized my nephew. And then one thing Kiki said to me was, "You've been talking about me." And I hadn't talked about Kiki, well, not in a negative way. But then I had to go inside and say, was I really telling the truth? Did I really talk about this girl? I had to face that lie because I had talked about her in a negative way, right? That negative way was I was doubtful that she, about the crime stopper right there. I didn't give her the benefit of the doubt. But I told her I did when I saw her. But deep down inside, I didn't give her the benefit of the doubt. So we're looking at this man Martel. He don't find nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with himself. When will you face yourself? When? And then the stuff that he threw the melody in his children. How is that going to change it? He don't feel nothing is wrong. What about when he hit his son so hard till blood was coming out? That was a beating. That was not no discipline or no whooping. He is scary, you guys. This is a scary man. He is dangerous. Very dangerous. When I saw him down there at the courthouse, right? He didn't have a care in the world. Because in his mind, he ain't did shit. And Stormy and Carlos don't convince him that he did nothing wrong. She told him that they had the same charges now, and that his case was going to be dismissed because hers was. So that's what he will. That's what he walking in pride and steps when he come in the courthouse. Anyway, you guys, Martel tell his therapy he needs to pray more. Well, you can pray, All of us need to be some prayer. Pray for ourselves, y'all. This man got to start with himself. And another thing that they do on Love and Marriage Huntsville, they lie so much. That open house, what did they do? Run and go get some furniture from Rent a Center somewhere? Well, you know, that's what my soul say. Rent the furniture. Because nobody lives in that house, y'all. What kind of people are we dealing with from the producers on down? Nobody lives in that house. Go inside and heal. Heal yourself. Bruh, heal yourself. If you heal yourself, then maybe you can see where you went wrong with your family. You had a wonderful family. You go home to your wife. She like to dance. She like to have fun. She's beautiful. She like to hustle and make money. You had it all. Dr. Daniel Dale Williams, you guys. This is your Black History Spotlight. Black Excellence.
The month of February is not only Black History Month, but it is also American Heart Month. And for that reason, today's Black History moment is for Dr. Daniel Hill Williams. Dr. Williams was an African American physician and educator, born in 1856 in Pennsylvania. He is credited with the first successful heart surgery. He graduated with a medical degree in 1883. Dr. Williams practiced medicine in Chicago during a time when there were only 3 Black doctors in the city.
This is
Dr.
St.
Williams
Clair
was highly regarded
College.
as a skilled surgeon, and his practice grew because he treated people of all races. However, he was keenly aware of the limited opportunities for African American physicians, as well as the inferior treatment of Black patients. When a woman was not allowed to attend a nursing school because she was Black, Dr. Williams founded Providence Hospital and Nursing Training School in 1891. 2 years later, he would perform the heart surgery on a man who had stab wounds to the chest. Dr. Williams performed the successful surgery to repair a tear in the lining of the heart, which saved the man's life. Dr. Williams' practice remained active in Chicago until he suffered a stroke in 1926. Dr. Williams retired to Idlewild, Michigan, where he lived until his death in 1931. My name is Deshauna Yamini, and this has been today's Black History Moment.